All right, welcome back to the Ja Life channel. I am, of course, Ja, and we are working towards the 100-day live guitar practice streams. And today we are actually on day 63. So 9 full weeks in the books after this hour practice session. So thank you all so much for joining me. I greatly do appreciate that. As always, I invite you to not only just watch the video and just kind of follow along, but I challenge you to, grab your guitar, pick it up, and, try to follow along as best you can and pick up some tips and some exercises and things like that that you can adopt into your daily routine as well. So this is just a 1 hour practice session, live recording actually. So this isn't something that I, post or I record offline and then I do editing and then post to YouTube. No, it's just uh, straight recording from the YouTube live account. So no cool edits, no cool graphics, no nothing like that. Just want to get on here and hold myself accountable and get an hour's worth of practice in every day. 100 hours, at the end of the program, basically. So we're going to go ahead and dive in though to, as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title and things like that. We're going to get into some bending exercises and some spider exercises. I know in some other videos you might see similar titles with bending and spider exercises and things like that. But make sure you check them out though, because they're always different drills, different exercises, things like that you can do. It's not always the exact same bending or the exact same spider exercises that I'm doing. So make sure you check those out just to add more tools to your belt. So first we're going to go ahead and get into some spider exercise. First I'm going to do these are all exercises to build that finger strength. So that way, you can ring the strings out properly. A lot of times I want to, just have one finger down. I'm trying to get in the habit of bringing these other fingers down if they're the trailing fingers. So that way they're there for support, for bends, or for muting, or for, whatever might be needed. So today we're going to do these. First, we're going to do the spider exercise based around 4 counts, then 3 counts, then 2 counts, then 1 count. And basically, I'm just going to do the spider exercise and hit the note 4 times. And then move my pinky to the next string, keeping all 4 fingers down on strings pretty much the whole time. Only move the finger when it's time to play another note, but don't lift it off strings altogether. Keep it on a string. Then you slide a fret. So you walk all the way down, you walk all the way back up, keeping those fingers down at all times. And it can be tiring at first, having to press the thumb into the back of the neck here to get the strength for the fingers to press down on the frets hard enough to ring things out properly. It can be a little challenging. Hand can get a little worn out. But, keep with it. Shake the hand out, stretch it, do whatever you got to do, and then, get back into it. So now we're on frets 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to do the same thing. starting with the pinky. Fret it 4 times and then move to the 5th string. Now the ring finger, fret it 4 times, move it to the 5th string. Middle finger, 4 times, move it to the 5th string. Index finger, 4 times, move it to the 5th string. Now pluck the 5th string again 4 times. It'll be the pinky note ringing out, which is a D note right now. Move it to the 4th string. Move that to the 4th string. Move that to the 4th string. Move that to the 4th string. Now let's go to the 4th string and pluck that 4 times. Move the pinky to the 3rd string, but keep plucking the 4th string. Ring moves to the 3rd string, but we keep plucking the 4th string. Middle moves to the 3rd string, but we keep plucking the 4th string. Now the index finger can move. Now we come down to the 3rd string 4 times. 4 more times. 4 more times. Now I can come down to the 2nd string. Shift a half step. Now go back the other way. All right. Again, this exercise is all about, building finger strength and things like that. So this exercise here, it'll really start to burn, in the side of your hand or your wrist or whatever. If it's burning too bad, stop. Maybe your technique is a little off. I know sometimes with my technique, I will forget. I'm so focused on the accuracy right now with the fingers that sometimes I'll forget to kind of move that thumb up high when I'm playing the low strings, 1s, 2. But then as I get up here towards the lower strings, 5 and 6, this thumb actually needs to slide down a little bit on the neck. And sometimes I'll forget to do that, and it can cause my hand to kind of cramp up and things like that. So sometimes if your hand is cramping, it's because the technique can be bad. Other times it's just cramping because, playing the guitar, playing instruments is, it's not just sitting back on the couch watching TV. It's work, and it takes effort. So just always be mindful. It's just like exercise. The best advice I can always give to people who are trying to get into exercise is it sounds, elementary or what have you, but it's the key. It's listen to your body, right? So if you're doing bench press or push-ups or whatever it might be doing, squats, if your knees start hurting or if your chest starts hurting, you're the only one that knows your body, no one knows it better. So you just got to know, okay, is that is that just a tweak? Is that the muscle tearing? Is that, what is that? Same when playing the guitar, is your hand burning because you're just playing and playing fast or something like that, or is your technique actually flawed? So only you'll know that. But again, just listen to your body. Take a break if you need to. Do some little stretches. Do some little, wrist rotations or finger stretches where you bend your fingers backwards, one at a time or multiple fingers at a time. So just make sure you take care of your body, though. All right, let's get back into it. Again, this is all about building finger strength. So this exercise here where you keep your fingers down like this rather than doing spiders like this, where your fingers are kind of see how the fingers keep flying off. You can play like that, but from what I'm kind of understanding on YouTube and watching other people play, it's not the best technique. You want those other fingers, kind of down on strings if possible. If they're trailing fingers, they need to be there for support, for muting, for bending, for various things. So it's actually a better strategy. That's why I'm doing this spider exercise where you keep the finger down until that finger is being used again, to make a note. Even though you're playing the pinky note, for example, here, I have all my fingers down on strings, they're all down on the string. None of them are lifted off with just that pinky down. No, they're all down. And you play the pinky, then you lift the pinky and move it out of the way. Play the ring, middle, index, and keep working your way down. Keep the fingers down on the strings, though. even the picking hand can start to get kind of tired and burning, like kind of in this little section here, at least for me, right now, on these 4 counts, that's a lot of strumming. That's a lot of plucking. So yeah, this hand can get a little worn out as well. So make sure you're doing your little stretches and your wrist rotations and things like that with this hand as well. That's why this is a good exercise. It really helps build that tempo and that understanding of, timing and rhythm. And, a lot of times, I'm sure you hear mine, it's not perfectly, in time from note to note. It's like 4 notes, a slight pause, 4 notes, slight pause, 4 notes, slight pause, 4 notes, a slight pause. It needs to just be 4 notes and the next 4 notes and the next 4 notes seamlessly blending together. So I need to work on that. I need to practice more with like a metronome probably. But again, just with the YouTube stuff right now, I just want to get on camera, put 100 hours in front of the camera of various techniques and exercises and things like that. And then at the end of the 100 days, see how comfortable I am, just crawling around, maybe walking around the neck of the guitar and the fretboard, just kind of bonding with this guitar over these first 100 days, right? Not super, super focused and dialed in on learning this person's song or that person's song or whatever. I'm just focused on learning, scales, chords, a couple patterns, a couple shapes, the cage system. I'm just kind of learning some various things so that way when after the 100 days, the initial 100 days of, just kind of figuring out what is a guitar, how do you play it, how do you slide, what are the open chords, E, A, D, G, B, A, what are these strings called? Oh, this one's the first string, not this one. I thought this would be called the first string. No, this one down here is high string is called an E string. So there's just been a lot to learn, right? In the very first 100 days, if you've known absolutely nothing like myself, didn't grow up in a household with, family doing music and things like that. So listening to music, sure, but not actually like playing it, so was not having any, guidance or, push into music, don't really have much. So learning from ground zero, I've learned a lot. We're now on day 63. We're going to continue growing to day 100, see how awesome we are at that point. And then from that point on, we'll really start kind of diving in and trying to pick up other people's songs. And maybe at that point, that's another 37 days away. Maybe my freestyling will be a little bit better. Maybe my transitions will be a little bit cleaner. And who knows, maybe I can kind of, make a little bit of my own art. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to get into other people's art as well. I just wanted these first, 100 days. Like I always say, you can't just start sprinting. You can't just start running either. You got to crawl, then you got to walk, then you can kind of jog, then you can run, and then you can sprint. So a lot of steps. I'm just trying to get the crawling maybe into the walking, trying to get accurate, when I want my pinky to do something, my pinky kind of does it, right? Not like, oh crap, no, I wanted my pinky to do it, but still my middle finger or still my ring fingers wanting to come down and do it. Break through all of those habits. That's a lot. That's hard to break, just in that of itself. And going from like a C chord to a G chord seamlessly. Just because you learn a shape or a G chord or a C chord doesn't mean, okay, boom, now you know how to play. Anytime a song comes in with a C chord, you'll know how to do it. No, because it takes time to get your fingers to do what it needs to do. That's why it takes hundreds, if not thousands, of repetitions of practice. So that's why you should leave your guitar out. That's why it's important, even if you only have 5-10 minutes, here or there in between studying or in between commercials or in between chores or whatever it might be, before heading to bed at night, right before you're brushing your teeth. Whenever you can get 5 or 10 minutes, it's important to pick it up because all of those repetitions add up. And like I just said, you need not hundreds, thousands of repetitions. So just because you learn a C chord doesn't mean, okay, boom, you know how to play a C chord. Now it's getting that timing, getting fast with it, getting that hand to just second nature, do a C shape. So just keep working with it. Be patient. Be kind to yourself as always, and be kind to me always. So, oh, what is this? Oh, okay. I've turned a focus thing on my computer, and now it's ringing out at me. Lovely feature. I'm sure I got something wrong in the setting. Looks like my camera was getting a little like fuzzy or shaky or not super sharp and focused on my face. So that's why I know I need to update my camera. I've been using my laptop, my Microsoft, what is this thing called? Surface Studio, Microsoft Surface Studio. It's that cool one that can kind of like take the screen and like pop out and like make like a tent type thing, where you can fold it all the way down. It can be like a tablet type thing and covers the keyboard, but the screen is still up. So it's pretty new computer. It just came out like a year or so ago. At this point, not even that. Oh yeah, probably about that by now. But yeah, it's just a camera on a computer, right? You know, it's not gonna be the best. So been doing some research. Gonna try to update my camera settings soon. Anyways, let's get back into some actual guitar, which is why we're here. So I think I was down here on like the 7th fret or so, but again with the 4 count. Again, building that accuracy and that timing. Just keep repping this stuff out. And that might seem kind of boring or monotonous at the time, but this is what all the guitarists are doing in the dark. They're not doing this like I am as a very complete beginner, putting this stuff out there on YouTube. You know, they're on YouTube shredding, showing that they know how to do it already, but they're all doing these same things in the dark when no one's really watching. The cameras aren't on them. They're all struggling through these same things at some point in their life. They were, you know. See what I'm saying? If you can't do this stuff crawling, it's kind of hard to play this stuff in a song, right? Even though no one's going to do a spider exercise from top to bottom in a song. No, of course not. No, but they'll do segments of it. And when they do segments of it, you'll understand. Okay, my 4 fingers have done that before, or 3 of my fingers or 2 of my fingers even, right? So just keep repping it out. Oh, I got this last one to do just past the 12th fret. Okay. So there we are, doing the spider exercise with the 4 count on every single finger. We've done the staggered spider before. We've done single string spider climbs before. This time we're just doing the 4 count. Again, you can do it with a 3 count. You can do it with a 2 count. You can do it with a 1 count even. Mix it up, play with it, have fun. But again, I really think that this one's also just as important as the other types of spider exercises, because this one, again, forces you to keep your fingers down. It allows, the finger strength to be built, because all fingers are kind of being, flexed and used. So practice this one, adopt it into your, exercises every now and then. And see how more comfortable your finger style playing gets, your lead style of guitaring improves. Rather than rhythm, if you've always just been playing chords and rhythm, things like that, the spider exercise here will allow your fingers to kind of open up and get that, muscle memory and that dexterity understood of how to play a little bit of lead guitar as well. So again, with this 100 days, I don't just want to lock myself into just learning, a couple songs, or just learning how to do rhythm, or a couple songs and just learn how to do like lead and a couple like licks or riffs or something like that. No, I just want to figure out, what is this thing? Bond with it, right? Like I said, the very first time I put this thing around my shoulders, I was wearing it like a necklace. A friend of mine had to say, hey dork, you don't wear it like that. So as much as I've listened to music and as many concerts as I've been to, it's just the details. I wasn't looking for that. I wasn't focused on that. I never even really thought I'd play this instrument. When I was really little, actually, I thought I wanted to play drums because you just get to hit stuff and beat stuff. And, what kid doesn't want to make sounds and just hit stuff? So I wanted to play the drums when I was really young, but not like super like bad, like a super passionate kid. Like, oh, please, where's the drums at, Mom? Please buy me some drums. Like, no. I just went over to a friend's house one day or something like that, or a cousins or something like that, and they had some drums, and I was like, oh, that'd be pretty cool. It wasn't like a super big passion or whatever. Even this wasn't. Before this also was so it was drums when I was like really 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 small, and then like in my teenage years, early adult years, I was thinking, oh, the piano is like a really beautiful sound. If I would learn an instrument, it would maybe be the piano. But for some reason, when I had my back injury and I decided to try to find another hobby that was a little less active and athletic on the scale of sports that I like to play and things like that. So I got into the guitar, but I always thought the piano was something that I would learn as well. But I don't know, for some reason I decided to go with this. So, but anyways, enough chit chat. Let's get back into why we're here, and that's the guitaring. Also, if you want a little like detailed description, since these are all like live streams, check the pinned comment section below, and you'll be able to see like a written out like detailed description of what patterns I'm doing, what strings I'm hitting, things like that for whatever spider exercises I'm doing or whatever chord shapes I'm trying to explain, or if it's talking about the cage system. Always in the pinned comment section below the video is where you can find some details about that. So make sure you check that out. Also, just real quick, while I'm on it, before we get back into the actual guitar playing, since I'm already on the topic, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. It's easier to find the Jaw Life channel when you're subscribed, and you can come back, see what day I'm on, see how far I've come. Then you can continue being inspired yourself when you watch my videos, and I challenge you to pick up the guitar rather than letting it sit in the corner or just watch 15 videos on guitar. No, you can't just watch video after video after video. You got to pick it up and look at it and start strumming and start getting that understanding in. So subscribe to the channel so that way you can continue being inspired. Also comment below, let me know how I'm doing, let me know what you think about anything at all that you see in the videos about the guitar, one hanging on the wall, the map, the aesthetics, the camera lighting, anything that you would like to talk about. Please leave it in the comments below. I appreciate all feedback to help me grow and to look at things from another perspective and things like that. So I would greatly appreciate it if people commented below. And then also, last but not least, just go ahead and hit that like button for a friend, just to help out myself, and also allows the YouTube algorithm to send it to other people as well, which is ultimately what I need. So thank you all for that. A little shameless plug there, just to hopefully get some likes and some subscriptions to continue growing this channel. But anyways, let's get back into it, right? We're here for spider exercises and bending exercises. We've already done some spider exercises the first half of the 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and get into some bending now. We're going to go ahead and start down here on the first string, the high E string, pinky on the 12th, ring on 11, middle on 10, index on 9. And basically what we're going to do, we're going to pluck the pinky and pluck the string with the pinky finger ringing out, so that E note. And then we're going to take our pinky off and use our other 3 fingers to bend this string to play. So this D sharp has to bend to that E. This is like a finger exercise for building strength as well as ear training. The finger strength comes in because these trailing fingers come down here. You're using your pinky to get the sound in your ear. Know what that pitch sounds like. Remove your pinky, bend these strings up. So I'm using all 3 fingers to support each other to bend that string up until I find that same pitch, that same match. See what I'm doing there? So every time you bend these strings, you're stepping up a half a step. The more you bend it, you're stepping up a whole step. You bend it a ton, you're stepping up a step and a half. You keep bending it more and more and more. You can go, maybe two whole steps, much more than that from what I've understood. You can start really breaking your strings. So just be careful there. But this is a finger strength exercise because you're working all of these fingers, all three of these fingers to support each other to bend that string. You don't just use your ring finger by itself to try to bend everything. No. Get these other fingers down and everything support and push. So it's easier on your fingers, things like that. So building finger strength and ear training. This is kind of a monotonous, maybe boring exercise to watch on YouTube because you're matching that pitch, so you're kind of being annoying, doing like the same tone 4 or 5 times, and then trying to match it 4 or 5 times. So you're really doing like the same note almost 10 times in a row. And you can move it around, right? You can go on any string or whatever, but yeah, we're just trying to train the ear right now, get that understanding. How much do I really have to bend this string to get it to sound like the note I was, just playing? Okay. Now let's go pinky on the 9th fret. Okay. 7th fret now. Then you bend the 6th fret until it matches the 7th fret. So with the pinky, you're playing a B note. With the ring, you're playing an A sharp or a B flat. But when you bend that, it starts sounding like a B. Okay, let's slide up here to this pinky on the 5th fret, A note. All right. So now we can go do that same thing with the 2nd string, right? Because you want to practice on all the different strings because they're different gauges, right? They're different thicknesses. All 6 strings are slightly different in thickness. So it's going to take different pressure to bend it, right? So you kind of got to calibrate on all the different strings. Okay. Slide where your pinky is on the 9. Then with the other 3 fingers, bend up. Okay. Okay, now slide to where your pinky is on the 5th. Okay, just a little bit of bend. If you only want to go a half of a step, if you only want to go, half a step, or a semitone, some people know it as semitone, you don't have to bend a whole lot. If you want to go a whole step, you got to bend a little bit. If you want to go a step and a half, it's quite a big bend. I would say just from so far, if you want to do a half step, just maybe a rule of thumb, I'm probably completely speaking out of turn here. Let me know if I am in the comment section below, always. But it seems like if you want to bend a half a step, the string needs to bend to where it's, about to the other string, the string adjacent to it, right next to it. If you want to do a whole step bend, it kind of needs to bend to where it's pushing that adjacent string just a little bit. And if you want to do a step and a half, you want to probably almost be touching the string 2 away from it. Right? The more you bend, the more stepping you'll do. Half step, whole step, step and a half, 2 steps, whatever. So let's go here on the 3rd string, G string. Okay, slide to where your pinky is on the 9th fret. Okay, slide to where your pinky is on the 7th fret. All right, now we'll go to the 4th string, D string, just doing that same thing. Again, I know it's boring, I know it's repetitive and monotonous, but it builds that understanding of, how to bend the strings, things like that. So just make sure you're continuing to do that and everything will be good. Just get those repetitions in. Again, there's really no secret to really anything in life. It's just repetition. The more you do it, the better you become. All right, so we're on the 4th string here. So now that we're on the 4th string, which is the bottom 3 strings, 4, 5, and 6, the other strings, 1, 2, and 3, those are like the top strings, right? Because if you're looking at it like this, that's the top string, 1, 2, 3, the bottom strings, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now that we're on strings 4, then we'll do 5 and 6. I just wanted to mention the rule of thumb. Again, rules are meant to be broken, right? But the rule of thumb, the direction of bend for the strings If it's strings 1, 2, and 3, you want to bend the strings this direction. If it's strings 4, 5, and 6, you want to bend the strings this direction. So that way basically everything is kind of going, inward to the middle of the neck, the middle of the fretboard. So notice here now that I'm on string 4, and I'll bend it down to find that pitch match. Okay. All right, slide to where your pinky is on the next dot. And the reason I'm doing these not on every single one, you can, sure, just like I do the spider exercise on, every single note, every single fret. You can, for sure. But just for time's sake, since this is only an hour video, I'm doing it just on the dots on the guitar. But the reason that you want to practice it at various increments up the neck of the guitar is because bending a string here, for example, on the 15th fret is a lot different than bending a string here on the 3rd fret. There's different tension. So your hand has to be calibrated to know, okay, up here, I pull a little harder. It's a little tighter. Down here and in the middle, it's a little looser. So it doesn't take as much. So just play around with it, right? We're calibrating everything. We're getting synced up. Our brain, our hands. If you want to tap a foot, good luck. I've tried that a couple of times here or there, and even that. It's harder than it seems. It really, really is. So, all right, we were up here, I think. I don't remember exactly where. We were sliding from the 9th to where pinky was on the 5th fret, 7th fret. Remember pulling the strings down now. Now slide to where your pinky is on the 5th fret. Supporting fingers are still down on the strings behind it. Okay, let's go to the 5th string. That's another exercise for another day I just thought of. All right, that's cool. I'll save that one. Okay. Slide to where your pinky is on the 7th fret now. Pulling all these strings, pushing, activates certain muscles, kind of starts getting certain muscles achy, and then pulling the strings for the bending technique. Pushing and pulling kind of causes different parts of the hand to get fatigued because I'm not used to these, types of movements before. But do them enough times, get that strength in that hand, get the strength in the fingers. That's why the title of this video is called, finger building exercises. We're not playing songs here. We're just doing fundamental exercises to, bond with the guitar and get used to it. So how does it feel? How does it kind of sound? So just be paying attention to those hand pains and that they're in different spots when you push and you pull. All right, just syncing it up, trying to get that understanding. How much do I have to really bend to match that pitch? All right, let's continue with that one. Like I said, up here in this region, it gets a lot harder to pull that string or push that string, to bend the string, whichever if you're pulling or pushing, either one. Tension's tighter at the far ends of the strings. Build that strength. Keep going with it. All right. Now we're going to do the same thing. Now we finally made it to the 6th string, the thickest string of them all, the low E string. Again, we're pulling the strings towards the center of the fretboard, so we're going this direction with them still. If it was strings 1, 2, and 3, we'd push them this way. If it's strings 4, 5, and 6, we'd pull them this way. So plucking the pinky and then using the other 3 fingers to bend the string until you match the pitch. Okay, slide to where your pinky is on the 9th fret now. This one is a very, very light bend. You barely have to move it at all. You don't really get close to that adjacent string next to it. to where your pinky is on the 7th fret now. All right. Now let's slide up to where your pinky is on the 5th fret. Pluck it a couple times, then lift your finger off and try to use the other 3 fingers to match that pitch. Whew, hand gets tired and wore out, especially down here on the ends where the tension's tighter. It's a little harder to bend, but it's all right. We'll get stronger in time, right? Bend to match that note. Tires out the hand. But all right, that's going to be a wrap for today's hour practice session. That's 1 hour now in the books. That's today. Today's 63. So 9 complete weeks in the books. Next week, once I get to day 70, that'll be 10 weeks, obviously. But we're at 9 full weeks right now. I can't believe it. I'm so stoked that I've gotten started. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate your support. You can also, find my channel easier in the future, so that way you can continue to be inspired, because I always challenge you to pick up your guitar and make sure you're putting in that time. So also comment below. Let me know how I'm doing or what you think. I appreciate any feedback at all. So make sure you comment below to get a community of like-minded speaking. Also hit that like button just to help a friend out. That's always appreciated. Last but not least, there's some floating videos on the screen now. You can check them out to continue supporting me and watching. This is my entire catalog here of the 100 days that I'm building. And here's a subsequent video in the series. So make sure you check those out to support your boy here, Jah Life. That would always be greatly appreciated. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. I love you. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys next time. And peace.